Hello, good afternoon. My name is Gabriela Suarez, and this is my video on crimes against the family and its regulation. The Article 229, domestic violence. Anyone who physically, mentally, or sexually abuses any member of the family nucleus will incur, provided that the conduct does not constitute a crime punishable by a greater penalty in prison from the 1 to 3 years. The penalty will be increasing from half to 3 quarters when the abuse fall of a minor. The second article is the Article 230, abuse through restrictions of physical freedom. Anyone who by force restricts the freedom of movement of another person of legal age belonging to his family group of a minor over one parental authority is not exercised shall incur in prison on 1 to 2 years and fine of 1 to 16 current legally a monthly minimum wage, provide that the conduct does not constitute a crime punishable by a greater penalty. Article 231, begin and trafficking of minors. Anyone who begs using a minor under 12 years of age or facilitates it to another for the same purpose or in any other way traffics with him will incur in prison of 1 to 5 years. The penalty will be increased from half to 3 quarters when, in the case of minors under 6 years of age, 2. The minor is affected by physical or mental deficiencies that tend to producing feelings of pity, repulsion of their like. Article 232 is irregular adoption. Anyone who proposes or carries out the adoption of the minor without complying with the corresponding legal requirements or without the respective license from the Colombian Family Welfare Institute to carry or adoption programs or using irregular practice that are harmful to the minor will incur in prison of 1 to 5 years. The penalty will be increased from half to 3 quarters when 1. The conduct is carried off protected. 2. The partner takes advantage of his official investiture or his profession to carry it out, in which case the loss of employment or public office will also be imposed as penalty. Article 233, food non-attendance, where withdrawn without use from cause the provision of food legally owed to his ascendants or descendants, adopted or adoptive, or spouse, will incur in prison from 1 to 3 years and fine of 10 to 20 current legal monthly minimum wage. The penalty will be imprisonment worth 2 to 4 years and fine or 15 legal monthly minimum wage for when food non-attendance is committed against a minor under 14 years. The next article is Article 234, is circumstances of punitive aggravations. The penalty indicated in the previous article will be increased by up to the third double gate with the purpose of avoiding the food allowance fraudulently hides the crisis or taxes his income or assets. The next article is Article 235, is reiterations. The final conviction does not prevent the initiation of another process if the person responsible again incurs in non-food assistance. The next article is Article 236, is misappropriation and squandering of family assets. Wherever misappropriation or squandering the assets that Herora administers in exercise of parental authority, guardianship, or conservatorship, an assets adopted spouse or permanent partner will incur in prison of 1 to 2 years and fine of 1 to 10 current legal monthly minimum wage, provided that the conduct does not constitute another crime. The next article is Article 237, is incest, whatever performs carnal access or another sexual act with as assent, descent, adopted or with a brother or sister will incur in prison from 1 to 4 years. The next article is Article 238, is suppression, alteration, or assumption of marital status. Anyone who suppresses or alters the marital status of a person or has a person who is not his son or who does not exist be entered in the civil registry will incur in prison from 1 to 5 years. Thanks for everything.